So you're in Shenzhen and you don't know what to do? Come with me and I'll show you. So, you have an afternoon off, you feel like going to chill out somewhere, have a coffee and see something different? Well, I've got just the place for you. Welcome to the OCT Loft. I'll get into what OCT stands for, etc. a little later in this episode, but for now, let's just quickly go over what you will find here and why you would want to come here. So you've got everything from art galleries to fashion boutiques, little art supply stores, and some sort of antique stores to old bookshops, things like that. More coffee shops that you could wave a stick at. This is definitely the place if you're into this sort of arty, creative lifestyle. And it certainly does have an appeal if you're into that sort of thing. Now, the place is actually fairly big. It's several blocks that you can walk around, and it's fairly tastefully put together. As you can see behind me, you'll find these sort of murals painted on all the buildings. Yeah, it's a very creative place, and so you'll find art murals on just about every other building. We've got some interesting things like, of course, florists. Well, not only do you get florists, but you even get florists that are posh restaurants, or what would you call that, a florist restaurant or restaurant florist? I'm not quite sure, but you know, you've got this sort of creative arty sort of stuff all over the place here in the Loft. Speaking of restaurants, there's actually quite a big selection of restaurants in this area. I mean, you've got a lot of these outdoor European style cafes all over the place. You've also got these posh sort of concept restaurants, which can be very nice, you know, focusing on fresh foods and fusion foods, etc. You've also got traditional Chinese restaurants, like this Xi Bei restaurant over here, which stands for Northwestern food, and even something for foreigners, such as this pizzeria. So, you know, there certainly is a wide selection. And did I mention coffee shops? Now, this place is host to a number of different events that happen all year round, and as you can see by all these posters, they are numerous. So if you're interested in any sort of art-related or creative-related events, this is the place to go. And you can just browse the posters and see what events are available. And for instance, jazz festivals and art showings, etc., etc. Not really my scene, but if you're into it, this is the place to go. And of course, this is why you take the subway and don't come and park here, because if you park on the roads here, you are liable to get a fine. Right, so how do you get there? Well, it's fairly simple. Go to exit A of the Dong or OCT East metro station. Once you walk out of the metro station, go in the following direction. Just keep walking down that road. In fact, you're busy walking alongside Shenan Road, which is one of the main roads in Shenzhen. You're going to keep walking basically until you get to a petrol station. It's not long, maybe 5 minutes. Directly after the petrol station, take the first road to the right, as you can see here. There is like a pavement walkway, so rather use that than walk on the road. Just keep walking down this little walkway for about 5 minutes and you'll reach a T-junction, and that is the beginning of the Loft. You really can't miss it. There's a humongous Starbucks right there, and you know, that's the kind of thing you would expect in a place like this. And you know, it's got the Loft written all over the place. It's impossible to miss, and well, that's how you get to the Loft. Okay guys, so to sum up the Loft, it is basically a chilled out place for people to come, and if they have some sort of an interest in art or anything creative, this is sort of the hub, the place to go for events. And they do often have events here art showings and get-togethers and whatnot. And you know, they've got lots of galleries here which people can put their works on show. It's a great little place if you just have an afternoon off and you want to have a quiet coffee somewhere and chill out. Bear in mind this is a Thursday afternoon at about 3:30, so there's not a lot of people here. Of course, on the weekend you'll find a lot more people here, but you know, it definitely doesn't get nearly as crowded as Dongmen, for instance, which was my last episode. Here's a link. So if you're interested in, like I said, creative stuff, or you just want to come look around and see something different, because this is quite different. It's very not China, if you know what I mean. For anyone who's lived or stayed in China, this kind of place is kind of rare to find outside of maybe Shanghai or Beijing. So come on down to the OCT Loft. It's very easy to get to, and yeah, if it's your thing, you're going to enjoy it. Until next time, guys, stay awesome.